Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Heather, and on this channel we like to walk a very fine line between a shopping addicted makeup monster and a responsible adult with a makeup hobby. Now, I love eyeshadow singles, duochromes, multi-chromes, palettes, blushes, highlighters, basically everything but pressed glitters. And today we are going to be doing my purchaser pass. If that sounds like something you're interested in, stick with me, we're getting into it right now. Okay, you guys, so this type of video was popularized by Samantha March, and so I'll leave her information down below, as well as the information for the accounts that I used to collect up all of the different things that we're going to talk about today. But let's just dive right in. The first thing that I want to talk about is Glam Light is doing a sneak peek that they are going to be collaborating with somebody this spring, and I am so excited to see what the collab ends up being, or who it ends up being with. We have no other details yet, so this is like a super sneak peek, but I'm really excited. Pharmacy Beauty is doing a Sweet Apple Clean Cleansing Balm. So they had the original balm, which I think was green, and I'm sure it smelled like fresh greenery or something, but it wasn't I don't think like a specific like fruit scent or anything. And then they created the cherry one last year, and now they have sweet apple. So pretty cool that they're coming out with multiple different scents for this product. I would love to try the cherry or the apple, but I don't think like the original green is like super exciting to me, so I'll probably pass over it for now, but I may pick it up in the future when I'm ready to pick up a new cleansing balm. Nabla Cosmetics is releasing the Skin Realist Beautifying Tinted Balm, and it looks like it's only coming in 7 shades, which I think is kind of an odd choice. They have one light shade, two kind of light-ish, like, they have one like super light shade, and then 2 light shades. One very yellow toned medium shade, 2 kind of orangey toned medium shades, and then 1 kind of darker shade that's sort of red toned. So I'm not sure that they really hit like the target in terms of getting something that's going to work for everyone, but if it is supposed to be kind of a thinner consistency product, like a tinted moisturizer kind of thing, then maybe they can get away with that. I don't know. It does have hyaluronic acid in it, and then Polulin, which is supposed to give a lifted effect to the skin, and it's going to be available April 21st. I don't see a price just yet. The packaging is beautiful. It has this like kind of floral design on it in like silver over top of a clear bottle. So I do think that the packaging is very pretty. I would be tempted to pick this up if there were more shades and if the price was reasonable. I don't know what the price will be, and Nabla, they're kind of like a mid-range brand in terms of pricing, so I can't even begin to guess what their price is going to be for this. Stila Cosmetics is releasing Putty Blush and Bronzer Duos. It looks like they have 4 different duos, but they all look almost exactly the same. I think the bronzer is identical in all 4 duos, and it's just the blush that's a little different. So there's one that's like a lighter toned, warm toned pink, a deeper warm toned pink, a cool toned pink, and a peach. They're $34. I don't get it. I don't think that that's worth $34. I'll be passing over that. I don't think there's enough variation in the shades to really necessitate having 4 different ones, and they could have taken, if they were going to do 4, they could have made 2 with like deeper bronzers and 2 with lighter bronzers. So yeah, I don't know. Alright, Hip Dot and Reese's are releasing a collection together. So this is Reese's Like the Candy. There's 2 lip products, 2 double-ended brushes, and 2 eyeshadow palettes that are 6 pans each. Each eyeshadow palette has a pressed glitter in it, so I'm already like not interested in the palettes. I don't really need the lip products, and I don't really love dual-ended brushes. I use dual-ended brushes like when traveling just to try to get some use out of them, but I don't use them on a regular basis because I just hate storing them. So if you guys know of a way to store dual-ended brushes, like how do you guys store them? Because mostly they just sit on a table until they like fall off onto the floor. That's what happens at my house. Alright. The next collection is from iHeart Revolution and Disney. It's a collab that is Aristocats themed. Now, Aristocats was one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid. I loved the little cats. I thought it was such a like fantastic movie, and now watching it back as an adult, like with my kids, I realize what a freaking snuff film it is. Like, they literally made a whole movie about a butler out to kill some cats because he wanted to take all the money from this old lady's inheritance. Like, that's the whole plot of the movie. It's remarkable to me. Like, that's such a dark plot. But I guess it's Disney. They're always like on the low being really dark. So, yeah. The mirror, it looks a little cheesy. It looks very Five Below, so I'm going to skip over that. The lashes are adorable. I would definitely be tempted for that. There's a little sponge that looks like the pad of a cat's paw. And so I'd be tempted to pick that up, although I don't typically use kabuki brushes, so I probably won't. Palette is definitely bigger than what I need, so I'll probably pass over that. So at some point I may get like the highlighter, the lip gloss, maybe the lashes, but I don't really think I need like the palette or the mirror or anything from that. Alright, the next one is Las Granudas Company is releasing a Lucy Love limited edition collection, and it has I Love Lucy kind of theming on it, and then it's sort of a cool toned brown palette with a couple pops of blue and some lashes. I do think the lashes look really nice. They look really soft and fluffy, and I think the palette actually looks really pretty as well. I don't think it's anything that I need to run right out and pick up. The palette is $29.99. So with how many neutrals there are in it, I don't think I need to pick this one up, but I do think it's a cool palette and a cool color story. If you're interested in neutral shades, more so than myself, you may enjoy that one. Alright. The next thing is Sugar Drizzle Polish is releasing a 12-pan Duochrome eyeshadow palette, and this is the interesting thing. This eyeshadow palette appears to be very similar to some of the shades that are in the It's Belle Cosmetics palette, and then also Killer Queens did a palette, their anti-Valentine's Day palette. They all, like, the pan size is the same, the colors and the shifts look very similar in some of the shades, so I don't know if all of the like raw materials are coming from the same manufacturer for those three indie brands or not. I'm really not sure, but if you missed out on the It's Belle Cosmetics one and you thought the Killer Queens one was too expensive because it was like $130, then maybe you want to look into this one, which could be a nice alternative. This one has this Sugar Babe shade in the bottom row that's like an orangey yellow duochrome that looks really cool, and the Sugar Crush shade in the top part of that column, it looks to be like an aqua to green kind of duochrome shift, so very pretty. I think if it's the same formula as the It's Belle Cosmetics palette, you would probably really like it because those are very nice metallic-y shimmers. Alright, Excito Cosmetics is releasing another palette called Diamonds, a Girl's Best Friend, and it looks to be almost entirely shimmers. Looks like 13 shimmers and 3 mattes. Yep, 13 shimmers and 3 mattes. It's $29.99 US, and it looks like this brand does a lot of collabs, which I think is kind of cool because I think they're doing collabs with smaller creators, which I think is awesome. But then I think the fact that they just are constantly putting out collab palettes constantly with different creators, it kind of takes away some of like the specialness of getting the collab in the first place. So, you know, you have to kind of like weigh those things out. I don't think I personally need that one, but I did want to just bring it up because I thought it was cool that they're collabing with so many different creators. Mac Underground, does anybody care about Mac Underground? No. Is re-releasing a cult favorite called the Squirt Balm, which is a balm gloss hybrid with melting texture, no stickiness, and plumping benefit. It's a yellow-green in the tube, but it's sheer on your lips, and they're only making 1,000 pieces. Available on the 21st, so that's the day you're seeing this. I don't really care about this at all. I don't really think MAC has like the clout that it used to be releasing these like super limited edition things, but I guess if they think it's gonna sell, that's good for them. Alright. And then KKW Fragrance and Jeff Latham released 3 scents inside these vases. So weird. So they're $40 for 30 ml bottles, or you can buy all 3 of them together for $110. I don't know about you, but TJ Maxx, like right down the street, you can get a vase like this for like $5, so you really don't need all that. I'm sure the fragrances smell lovely. but I just think that it's kind of overpriced and you're mostly paying for the names as opposed to like the quality of the product. All right. Lois Cosmetics did their release, or did their final reveal, I guess I'll say, for the release that they have upcoming called Meet Me in the Underworld eyeshadow palette, and there's going to be brushes as well. The whole bundle together for the brushes, the sponge, and the palette is going to be about $110 before shipping or taxes. And so while I'm super interested in the brushes and I'm super interested in this palette, I think I'm probably going to pass over both just because I think that that's so much money to spend on one palette that I don't know the quality of. But I'm so excited to see everybody, you know, hyping this brand up and hyping up this palette because I do think it's really pretty, and I can't wait to see other people reviewing this particular palette and talking a little bit about the quality. Perhaps in the future I may pick it up. Alright, Terra Moon is launching a bunch of new goodies. So they have 3 new metallic foils that'll be $6 each, 4 new super sparkly shadows that'll be $8 each, 3 new black based multi-chromes that will be $17 each, and then 4 new gray based multi-chromes that will be $17 each. And then you can get a bundle of all their new shades in all the different formulas, 14 shades, and it's going to be $169. So I think that this is a really cool release. I'll try to see if I can include some swatches that they did for the different sets that they have here. The gray-based multi-chromes I'm really not interested in because I have a couple of those from Cliona, and I just don't think that the gray base highlights multi-chromes in their best light. And I don't know, maybe that I got a bad batch, I don't know. But the 4 that I have, I don't really use a whole lot because I feel like I just don't get a lot of payoff from them. So I'll skip over those. The black-based multi-chromes, the Blood Moon one, looks really cool because it looks black head-on and then it's like red from the side. I think that is so trippy and interesting. So I would definitely be interested in picking that one up. The 4 sparkly shades I think also look really pretty when you see them kind of swatched out. They have definitely like some silver taupey kind of looks to them. So I'm definitely interested in picking some of these up. It's probably just going to be a matter of timing until I'm ready to make a purchase. Alrighty, so Wishful is making a Yo Glow Tropical Fruits Enzyme Scrub that's $21, a Baby Bake Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder Mini that's $19 in 5 different shades, and then a Jumbo Heart Powder Puff that is $25. I'm confused because this puff that they're advertising looks like an actual throw pillow, so I don't know if that's like supposed to be decorative or what. I think the packaging for the mini powders is actually pretty innovative because you kind of pull up the lid together and that gives you kind of the puff to be able to apply the powder. I think that's a really interesting touch that they did to kind of make it a little bit more seamless in terms of the packaging. Very cool. Right. Darling Doll Cosmetics is making the Cyber Babe LED eyeshadow palette. It's an 18 shade palette with a mixture of mattes and shimmers, and then there is a light in the mirror, so you can kind of push a button and light the mirror up, although the batteries are not replaceable, and it is battery operated, so eventually it's going to die. But it's kind of cool concept. I've not seen that before in palettes, so I think that's neat. The color story I think is really pretty. You've got like some pinks, some purples, some blues, so I think, you know, it's a really cool color story. Price though, $45. So for a brand that I'm not really sure about their quality, I'm not sure that I'm ready to like dive in and make the purchase based on this particular palette, but it's definitely something that made me go follow them on their social media so that I can see what else they come up with in the future. All right. Muse Magic is launching their first palette, I believe their first palette, and it's going to be launching on the 18th, so it'll already be available by the time you see this, and it's got a mixture of blues and then some warm tone pinky reds and a couple of purples and then like one gold. I think it's a really pretty color story. I love the fact that there's no pressed glitters in it. I don't see a price on this one, but I do think it's pretty, and I think it's cool that there's so many brands that are, you know, getting started now. All right. I have no idea if I'm going to say this correct, but is it Yichco or YCH Co? I don't know. Cosmetics is a new cruelty-free and vegan brand based in the US, and they are making the Je ne sais quoi eyeshadow palette, which appears to be 12 shades, all kind of shimmery shades. Some appear to be a little bit duochrome. I'm not sure that all of them are duochrome. It's definitely cute, but I don't think it's enough to like make me want to purchase. And the cover to me looks like a little clip arty, but I do think that it's cool to see so many new indie brands on the market, so I'll be curious to see what else they come up with. Alright, NYX released a new festival palette, which is going to be one of their ultimate eyeshadow palette formats. So it's going to be 16 shades, and it has some pops of yellow, pink, orange, purple, and then some neutrals. So very, very pretty. I think this would be great for the summertime. I think, you know, these colors really do invoke that like summertime vibes. So it's definitely good timing on their part. I believe these palettes are around $18 though, which I just think is kind of expensive for what you're getting. So I have not picked up any of these like newer ultimate palettes. I got one on like clearance a long time ago before they reformulated them. So I'm probably not going to pick this one up, but it is cool to see, and I like the color story. Alright, Press Play Beauty is a gaming inspired eyeshadow brand, or I'm sorry, cosmetics brand, and they've released the Love Games eyeshadow palette, which is just a 9-pan kind of warm tone neutral palette, more rosy warm tones. Very pretty. I wasn't super like excited by this one, but it was enough for me to like click through and check out their other palettes, and they do have some other palettes that are actually really cute, so I may consider making a purchase from them at some point. And then the last thing to talk about is Mamacita Cosmetics is coming out with a new loose pigment stack, which is, looks like 9 different shades, kind of iridescent type colors, which I think would be really cool as like a variety for inner corner highlights. So I'd be curious to see what the price is going to be for that, and that'll really help me determine whether or not I want to pick that one up. Alright. And I think that is everything for this week's Purchase or Pass. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely leave me a comment down below. What are you interested in picking up this week? I am so curious to see what you guys are thinking about getting. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.